fangirls and boys, this is Natalie and you're watching Haul Lotta Love, and for today's video I thought I would go ahead and film a Sephora haul. I haven't been on in a while, so I thought this would be a quick, chill, easy video to film and edit and kind of get me back into the groove of things. I wanted to break the ice a little bit. This is my first video of the year and I am excited to be back. And I have a bunch of goodies that I got at Sephora. I think I did one online order, one trip to the store, and my mom got me one thing, which is also available at Sephora, and this was all this year. So these are all pretty current items that I've purchased. So if you are interested in this haul, then we will go ahead and get into it right now. So some of the first things I picked up were a couple of lip products from Kat Von D. I really love her liquid lipsticks. I have grown to love them over time, trying different formulas. At first I thought it was kind of a lighter formula, that it didn't adhere well enough, but it kind of faded. But the more I've tried them compared to other ones, they really are very nice, very comfortable on the lips, and wear very evenly. The application's very nice. So I'm kind of obsessed with the liquid lipsticks, and she recently relaunched the Studded Kiss formula in a more creamy version, which I had the rock candy set and I was amazed by the creaminess and pigmentation on those, so I was excited to try the new version of some of the more wearable colors. So I will show some of the liquid lipsticks I purchased first. The lipstick I'm wearing right now is Double Dare. I've actually wanted this shade for a pretty long time. I've been eyeing it and I just bit the bullet and purchased this. It's like a perfect rose shade. So very wearable. It kind of gives a nice punch to the lips without being too intense or crazy of a color. The next one I purchased was from the Farm Sanctuary collection. Too bad I didn't keep the box, but this is the shade Hilda. This is just, it's kind of like a warm brown shade. I was expecting, based on Kat's video on these and just swatches I'd seen online, for it to be a darker color. It's not a darker color. I expected it to be a lighter shade of brown. Pretty dark on the lips for me anyway, but it is still really pretty color. So that's Hilda, Double Dare and Hilda. And the two shades that I picked up from the newly launched Studded Kiss lipstick collection were the shade OG Lolita. They come in this little box which is studded and then has the studded plastic case, same as the old version. And this is the color OG Lolita. I have the liner of this as well, so I thought it'd be cool to match these, and these are, it's just such a pretty wearable color. I actually like this more than the original. Well, not, this is the original Lolita supposedly, but the regular Lolita that's out now, it's kind of one of more of those mauve-y colors that are so popular, but I'm not as into that. I definitely like these like more warm tone rosy colors. So that is OG Lolita. And the next color that I got is the Sanctuary color in the Studded Kiss cream lipstick formula. This is kind of like a cool tone, plummy, greigey kind of color. I actually am really drawn to these colors. They're not always the most wearable. They don't go with like every eye look, but I think they're really pretty. So that's Sanctuary. I was debating getting this in the Everlasting liquid lipstick formula, but I just felt this one was a little prettier. I might eventually get that one, but I feel like these will last pretty well on the lips. So all pretty similar, but still nice pops of color for the lips. The next thing that I got that I wanted to show was the Prismagic Highlighting Trio by Kevyn Aucoin. I saw this on Treadmood and Treadmood was really excited about it. I know she's hawking a lot of product and usually is pretty excited sounding on the post, but she kind of went into a little more detail. It sounded like she legitimately really loved this. So I was really curious. Her swatches looked really beautiful. It's very small. Each pen has 0.07 ounces of product, which is kind of like a full eyeshadow size, but as a cheek product, they're pretty small. Not really going to see the detail too well in the camera here. But these remind me a lot of any really foiled creamy eyeshadow. Something like a Juvia's Place eyeshadow, I want to say, or the Makeup Geek foils, or anything that's even more up a notch. Just very like silicone, dimethicone heavy kind of powder. So I feel like I was expecting something a little more interesting in terms of the formula and the creaminess, but I feel like I've definitely felt this kind of a formula before. I would say it's a little creamier, silicone heavy than some of the formulas I've experienced before, but it's still in the vein of that. This is what the swatches look like on my fingers, and I will spread them out as well over here. So that shade is called Aura, which is a purple shift. The next shade is Illusion, which has a peach shift to it. And the last shade, which I think is the prettiest that I'm wearing on my cheeks right now, is called Enchanted, which is a green shift to it. And you can see it is incredibly flaky. I'm gonna stretch that out a little bit. And yeah, these are very flaky and they're very, very glittery. So if you're not into sparkly, glittery highlight, I would pass on this altogether. I feel like these are a little too chunky to wear on the cheeks. Right now I'm wearing that Enchanted shade, and I feel like up close there's actually like pieces of the chunkiness that are like sticking to my face. It's not blending out. It doesn't really blend out. I tried to use the Fenty highlighting brush. So on this, if there's a better brush, if anybody's watching and would imagine a better application or brush for these, let me know. I just feel like it's too chunky for the cheeks. I want to play with them a little more, maybe as eyeshadows. I'm not loving the way it looks on the cheek compared to, for example, the Kat Von D Metal Crush highlighting trio that she came out with. I had that as well. That is really glittery as well, but it blends out and is really smooth on the cheek. This is very glittery, but it's also very chunky on the cheek, and it has that very heavy silicone dimethicone formula, which I feel like is very overplayed. And so are these duochrome colored white colors. I was kind of expecting something a little different. I don't quite have anything like this in my collection that is so creamy and so duochrome, so I feel like I'm gonna keep these and maybe use them as eyeshadows, but on the cheeks, I'm not quite sure I'm loving it. So that's the Kevyn Aucoin Prismagic Highlighting Trio. And this was also $48, which is a pretty high price tag for such small pans. So I'm gonna mix this up a little bit and throw some hair care in here. One of the other things I picked up is the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day Dry Shampoo, which supposedly actually cleans hair, eliminates oil, sweat, and odor. So I tried this today. I was interested in getting the IGK dry shampoo. That one was $29, this one was $22. And I've been interested in trying more Living Proof, so I went for Living Proof. It was a little bit cheaper. I tried this today, and the instructions call for you to put in your hair and then wait 30 seconds and then kind of work it through, which was interesting to me. I had a feeling that meant there'd be a white cast upon initial application, which there was. It wasn't terrible. I'm judging it through. The white cast went away. It wasn't bad. It leaves kind of a matte finish, so kind of what most dry shampoos would do. I really like the Oral-B, I think it's called Gold Lust or Gold Dust dry shampoo. I think that's my favorite one. That one's obviously pretty expensive. This one I didn't feel was very revolutionary. I'm going to keep using it. Maybe I'll like it better as I continue to use it. I'm going to finish the bottle. It's just something I like to put in my hair quickly because I only wash my hair once, maybe twice a week. So that is the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day dry shampoo. Next thing I picked up is an eyeshadow palette, the Too Faced White Peach multi-dimensional eyeshadow palette. I have the Peaches and Cream, or Just Peaches, whatever it's called. That one, that was the all matte warm tone version of this. That palette is really, really gorgeous. This palette is also really gorgeous. When you look at it, it has this ombre purple to white enamel kind of packaging, same kind of packaging as the Just Peaches palette. That one has more of a peach packaging, but the same layout. These are the shadows. And these are pretty. I think lately I've been really into matte eyeshadows, so this, and it has enough matte, it has more matte eyeshadows than it does shimmers. The quality on this is decent. It's not like the worst. Definitely for Too Faced, it's not the worst that I've tried. And I've heard complaints, and I agree, that there's not a lot of deeper matte shades in here or medium to deep matte shades to really build out a look. It's light and then a couple of dark mattes and then some shimmers. I just feel like it's a little bit all over the place in terms of the shade range you're getting. But these are some of the swatches from that palette. People complain about this shade a little bit. I've heard that these shimmers are chunky. I actually feel like they're pretty decent. I was playing with a little. I have to play with it when I'm actually doing a proper look to film or go out, because that's when I'll really know. But playing with it, the look I did it wasn't super amazing. So I'm not sure how I feel about this yet. I definitely like the one that's all matte a little bit better. This color scheme is really beautiful. I want to swatch this last shade here called Peach Passion. This is really, really beautiful shade. It's like a blackened with violet glitter kind of shade. It's actually a pretty unique shade. I could imagine doing like a smoky eye with this on the lid would be really awesome. But you wouldn't be able to. Well, there is a black in here, so I might try to do a look like that and see how it goes. So those are a couple of shades from the White Peach palette from Too Faced. So I also picked up a little bit of skincare. I purchased one thing in the full size and I got some samples, which I was pretty excited about. The one thing I picked up in full size was the Fresh Seaberry Skin Nutrition Booster with antioxidant rich camellia seed oil. It says it's a skin nutrition booster. It's pretty much a face oil. All of the primary ingredients are oils. So this is what it looks like. I thought the bottle was so pretty, just like this orange glass. And I had tried a face oil. I started getting more into face oil. I had bought one while I was in Buffalo by Buffalo Gal Organics. It was like amethyst and citrine. I really love that oil, but that was kind of a locally indie brand, and I looked online and they do sell online, but that oil was not available, so I wanted to try something that was available to me readily. And this oil it seems pretty nice. It does have like a orangey tint to it. I put this in with the Lotus Youth Preserve Cream, which I had a sample of, which is also by Fresh. It kind of calls for you to put 1 or 2 drops and then mix it in with a cream, so I kind of just put spots of cream, spots of oil on my face and just mix it all together. It was really felt really nice, and I wore that overnight, and then in the morning my face did feel really hydrated, so I'm definitely looking forward to using this a little more. I hope it doesn't break me out or irritate my skin in the long term. So I'm kind of excited about that. I have like 10,000 Sephora points because I usually don't really like the samples that they give, but the Sephora I went to yesterday had a bunch of really cool looking samples out. So I picked up whatever I wanted because I had a ton of points. So I have this Glow Recipe little duo here. I'd kind of seen this brand on Instagram and I wasn't thinking of getting anything by them, but this set just looked really cute. So it was like 250 points. I have the Blueberry Bounce Gentle Cleanser, which has like little pieces of blueberry and it's like clear with little pieces of blueberry. The consistency, it feels pretty nice on the skin when you're washing your face. It's supposed to melt makeup off. I don't find that it really did anything special in terms of melting my makeup off. Felt a little bit stripping when I, dried my skin, but nothing terrible, so I'm gonna try this a little bit more. Also came with this little duo, came with this other product that seems kind of cool. It's a sleeping mask, Watermelon Glow sleeping mask. It supposedly has AHA in it and hyaluronic acid, so it's going to be very moisturizing and kind of have that like chemical exfoliation overnight type of thing. So I am interested in trying this, and they also have like a lotion version of this apparently, so if I like it, maybe I'll buy this full-size mask or the lotion version, which seemed pretty cool. Just like really cute packaging. My mom's an esthetician and she tells me that the products don't necessarily need to smell good. They probably shouldn't smell too good with the artificial fragrances and things like that to work well on the skin. But I'm a sucker for like the cute packaging and the fragrance, so I like playing with different things and trying to find something that gives you the sensation that you wanted, like go through the ritual of skincare, which has always been tough for me to deal with, and just like enjoy it, have it to be like this whole sensory experience. I really do like so far playing with this oil and the Youth Preserve Lotus Cream from Fresh. I really do like the fragrances. It's very light. Fresh is a good term for it. So, and I've tried their exfoliating, like soy exfoliator in the past, the soy cleanser. Those were really nice. Their exfoliator, it's like a physical exfoliator, has like nice, like fine grit to it. So that's a really nice product. So I might purchase that again and play with Fresh a little bit more if I can. if I get a chance. So the next thing here is I got this as a sample, is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. The Glow Recipe and Laneige are, I guess, Korean skincare, Korean-inspired skincare brands. This I've been wanting to try forever. I was so excited when I saw they had a sample of it. I just really didn't want to purchase it right off because I always want to use lip balms. I don't use them as much as I should. This is a lip sleeping mask. It's pink. It has like a strawberry bubblegum candy scent to it. It smells really, really nice. I wore it last night and woke up in the morning to see how it didn't really, you know, it didn't stay on my lips overnight, which told me that it's more like a regular lip balm than like this intense sleeping mask. And my lips still felt a little dry. I didn't feel like it did really anything amazing, but I only wore it one night. I feel like I could use this as a regular lip balm or just use it at night, and if I continue to feel any kind of gradual healing of the lips, I'll probably buy it. But I think this is actually a really good size to tell if I want to purchase it or if I don't really need to purchase it. I also picked up as a sample the Rose Face Mask by Fresh. I was excited just because I'm like on a little bit of a Fresh kick to see that I could get like a little sample here for free. Infused with real rose petals, hydrates and tones. So it's just a little face mask. I'll try that at some point if I really, really like it. Probably get like 1 or 2 uses out of this. If I really like it, I may purchase it. We'll see. It kind of is like a little bit of a jelly mask. Definitely, I have the Fresh Rose Toner, which has like roses in it. I feel like this is the same line. It's kind of like the same concept. It's like brownish with rose, like real rose in it. So it has that nice smell, and you know, it's just nice for the senses. So I'm looking forward to trying that. And the last product I have from my haul was actually a gift from my mom, which was really sweet of her. This is the Decadence palette by Mcgrath. I'm not sure if it's one of the Mothership ones. It might be like Mothership 4 because it's the 4th palette she's come out with. It's called Decadence. It has this really elaborate jewel crown outer packaging. People complain that these units don't really have the name of the product on it or list the shade names or have that outer packaging on the actual packaging itself, but it's really beautiful. It has this kind of Pat McGrath kind of hieroglyphic inspired detailing here. It's like this enamel casing. It's very heavy weighted. It has the gold back on it. I'm really excited my mom got this for me. She asked me one day, she texted me, I was cleaning the bathroom and I came down and like a half hour later she's like, which Pat McGrath palettes do you have? Because I have the Sublime one, like the Mothership 2, which kind of has a neutral and a pop of green in it. And she asked me, which ones do you have? So I guess she was in Sephora, so I called her back like immediately because I was like, I want to get the Decadence one. And she's like, well, I already left the store, but I got you Decadence, which I guess I had sent her a picture of it and she just knew this was kind of feeling this is the one I wanted, like the second one I would want. So I was really grateful and excited that she knew me so well to pick out the palette that I had wanted. I wasn't going to get this myself. They are $125 each, which is pretty hefty. So this is what the inside looks like. This is really beautiful, but it is all shimmer shades, and there aren't too many light neutral shades for any kind of crease work or transition work. I feel like it's definitely not a complete palette. The Mothership 2 was not a complete palette either. I think these are good accent palettes, so if you have something like the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, or any kind of neutral matte palette, this would pair really well with that. But it's a creative, complete look, not so much, and for that price tag, I feel like I would want to create a variety of complete looks. Like that would be like to get the most worth out of your money. So I don't think I would have purchased this on my own, but I'm incredibly happy to have it. And these are shimmery shades. I tried this once. I need to play around a little bit with it a little bit more. I didn't use every shade. I only used 2 or 3 shades. I felt like it took a little bit of building on the lid. So in terms of this being a revolutionary formula, I would say probably not, but it's definitely a solid, great shimmer formula. So these are some of the swatches. So there's like a couple of nice cool tone brown metallics and taupey colors. I feel like they have some nice cool toned metallics that you don't see, or you might see a more dupable shade that's like a little bit warmer. So the shades are fairly unique in this palette, I would say. The quality is there. It's nothing beyond anything anyone's ever seen before. They are just eyeshadows after all. These swatches are crazy, but kind of get an idea. You're getting a lot of pigmentation and you are getting that metallic sheen. So it is a really beautiful palette, so I am happy to have it. It's the Decadence palette by Mcgrath. So that completes this haul. I hope you enjoyed watching. I'm glad to be back on YouTube. If anybody has any ideas for videos they would like to see, definitely let me know. I have a few ideas rolling around in my mind. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe. Have a good one. Bye, guys.